Hi everybody, Thalia here, and today I will be talking about anime. Yeah, I know it's been a while, but I do wanted to make a first impression on this one because so many people are talking about it, and I was wondering what the hype was about and if it was that good or not. So I will be talking about Yuri on Ice. So this will be my first impression because I only watched episode 1 to 3 yesterday, so I could kind of see what I thought of it, what the feel was, and if I will continue it or not. So here are my thoughts. For those who don't know, Yuri on Ice is a sports anime about ice skating, and it is about a guy called Yuri who actually loves ice skating and is competing in championships and all that stuff as well. But on one day he loses, I think he loses and he can't get any further or something like that, and then he kind of gives up on skating. He doesn't completely give up, but he's just like, he's getting a little bit depressed. So he just goes home. He gained a lot of weight because of that, but he's still thinking about skating and he still wants to do that. So because of that, he actually does some kind of routine or some, I don't know exactly what it is, but something that Victor, his idol, does when he's ice skating. I think it is like a whole show that he put on. So he does that as well in front of some of his friends. And then it turns out someone taped it and put it on the internet. And because of that, this guy Victor, who is a Russian ice skating king, is actually visiting Yuri and he wants to be his coach. So this is basically what the whole show is about. It's about Yuri and Victor and them having a special relationship, I guess. And then there's this other guy also called Yuri, but we call him Yurio because that's how they call them in the show as well, to not make it confusing. So Yurio is the rival of Yuri. He's also from Russia and he knows Victor as well, but I don't know, there's something between those two. They just don't really get along. They're just competing against each other. When it comes to our main character, Yuri, he seems very like shy and not too sure about himself. And then his rival, Yurio, he is full of himself. He has a big ego and he knows he can do anything. So yeah, it's kind of like that typical rivalry that they have. I don't know how to describe this anime, to be honest. So I've seen 3 episodes. I'm not gonna tell you how the 3rd episode ends because it's kind of important to the story as well. But the first 3 episodes for me were very interesting and I really got into it since the first episode as well. The main character Yuri, I think, is very interesting, very, very lovable, because I can relate to him in some aspects, because it's like him giving up kind of on ice skating, but not really giving up. Like it's still his passion, but he kind of wants a break from it because he lost. I kind of feel the same way in some things. Like sometimes when I lose or when I'm not doing as good in certain subjects that I love, then I kind of need a break from it so I can like breathe and then maybe pick it up again. I don't know, it happens, but yeah, I could kind of relate to him. And I think, like I said, he's a very lovable character and he's also very cute and he can be very funny as well. Like the comments he says about things going on are pretty funny as well, and I like that. I like his relationship with Victor, with his coach, because Victor is his idol and he never thought that he would actually meet him and train with him and do what he loves together with his idol. So seeing him react to that was pretty cute and funny as well. So I like their relationship a lot. Then when it comes to Yuri and Yurio, I do have to admit I like their relationship as well, because you can see that Yurio, he's not that bad. Like, it's from the first episode or first 2 episodes, he seems like a brat and it's someone that you're supposed to hate. But then later on, especially in episode 3, you can kind of see why he is that way and you can kind of understand him. So because of that, I liked Yurio a lot more as well than I did in the beginning, and I think that was interesting that we had a little bit development for him, although he is a rival. So that's cool. Also at the end of the 3rd episode, something cool and amazing happened, but also something that I didn't expect, which is also something that I really, really liked about the anime. I just can't wait to watch more, to be honest, because I think the relationships between those 3 characters are really cool and I kind of want to see where it takes them. in the future, because obviously Yurio and Yuri will be competing against each other later on. They already have in the beginning as well. So I just want to see how they grow and how they will compete against each other, like I said. So I think that is very interesting. I also kind of still want to know more about Yurio, and I think we will as well, because like I said, I've only watched 3 episodes. We had a little bit of background on Yurio, but that was about it. So for Yuri though, we know how his home situation is, we know how he felt in the past, we know how he feels about ice skating, we know how he feels about anything, so that character is pretty clear to me, and that's good because it is the main character. Then when it comes to Victor, he's a special one. If I'm not mistaken, I think Yuri is 24 and Yuri is 24 and Victor is supposed to be 27 or 29. I'm not too sure, but they're not too much apart, and they're in their 20s, which I think is good as well, because sometimes they have conversations and it might come off as sexual, especially from Victor's side, which for me makes the show just very funny and entertaining, because I love that character. But since they're in their 20s, it's not awkward or anything, it's actually funny, so I don't mind that. I think it gives me something extra to actually enjoy the show even more. They have a lot of things, like there's a lot of screen grabs that you can take from the show, and if you put it on Twitter or anywhere else, on Tumblr, I'm pretty sure it is everywhere, but for example, these are all just hilarious, and I can't stop laughing when watching the show, and I'm like, oh man, I need to take a print screen of this and share it with people, because this is ridiculous. And it is ridiculous, but it is also very funny, and I love it so much. So yeah, I was talking about Victor, I didn't really go more into it, but anyways, Victor is a special person. He can be pretty sexual at times, although it's more like, I don't know, it's like his feel, I guess. Like when he's doing ice skating, he's very sensual in whatever he does. He's super good at it. Also, I have to mention the movements in this anime are amazing. It looks so damn good for a sports anime about ice skating. I think it's done perfectly, so I have no complaints about that. And especially for Victor, whenever you see Victor ice skating, it is beautiful, and I can't stop watching it, so that's good. For Victor, we didn't have that much development yet. We know where he's from, we know he's been ice skating for a very long time, we know he had long hair at some point, and then he had short hair. We know he likes Yuri a lot because you can see his passion, and that's why he wants to coach him as well. You can see that Victor is the kind of person who wants to help a lot of people, so that is good as well. But kind of hoping that we will get more about him, because I'm curious how he got this way, or if he's always been this way. So yeah, that will be interesting. I also want to mention, I wrote down when Victor actually goes to Yuri his house, I wrote down hot springs equals hot ass is coach from Russia. Because yeah, you actually will see a lot of asses in this show. I don't know why, it's always Victor anyway, so you know, you will kind of have to get used to that Victor will be showing his body quite a few times for the fan service, which I don't mind at all. And I also want to mention that this show actually has an English opening. It's not sung by an English musician or anything, it's done by Dean, and I looked up who it is, and fun fact, the guy who does the opening for Yuri on Ice will be Roy Mustang in the Fullmetal Alchemist live action movie. So I thought that was pretty interesting, so the more you know, I guess. But yeah, that is kind of it of what I wanted to talk about when it comes to Yuri on Ice. I am very much enjoying it so far. I will definitely watch more of it, and I will probably watch all of it right now because I don't want to get spoiled on the show, and a lot of people are talking about it, so it's very, very difficult to not get spoiled on this show. Although I already got spoiled a little bit yesterday on Twitter, but it's fine, I will watch it now anyways. So we'll see. I love this show. Let me know your thoughts in the comments what you think of Yuri on Ice as well. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you started it yet, or have you not started it yet? I'm always curious to know that, and maybe we can discuss in the comments about all these wonderful things. I might have forgotten some little stuff that happened in the show already, but I don't want to spoil too much for people who haven't seen it yet, so that is why I'm not talking too much into details about it. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it, whatever you can do to help me would be cool. And if you're not subscribed yet and you want to, you can still subscribe there. And if you want to be notified, you can click the little bell, and then you can get an email whenever I'm uploading a new video. So hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.